Well, first of all, thanks ever so much for joining us, Karhlton. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
It's great to be here in San Diego.
It is. This is my first time in San Diego, and I see why people love this place so much. It's incredible. It's beautiful.
So can we kick off? Can you just give us a short explanation maybe of what your department does?
Sure. So there's really a number of things that we were specifically created to do. One is to help build safer communities. The other is to reform our criminal justice system. And the third thing is to reduce violent crime. So that's why we were created.
So obviously we're here at the IACP conference. How do you work with the IACP?
Oh my gosh. It's, how much time do you have? Because we work with them, we work with them so much formally, but informally as well. I've had a chance to get to know the leadership team at the IACP, Terry and Vince and Domingo. And Domingo, like me, was the director of the Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Services and the BJA director. I bounce ideas off of those guys. I seek their advice for certain things. So there's an informal way that we do a lot of work together, but then there's formal stuff that we do that we depend on IACP.
Give us some examples of that formal work.
Sure. I think one of the most important things they do is our suicide consortium, the National Law Enforcement Suicide Consortium. That is one of our really key initiatives, and certainly at this time, it's a focus of many agencies across the country. We do a lot of work with them on officer safety and wellness. Of course, they have their Officer Safety and Wellness Symposium every year. It's actually the very first public speaking engagement I did after I was appointed as the BJA director was to attend that symposium and spend time with them. And so wellness is something that's incredibly important to me. It has been even before I came to BJA. And certainly now that we have the opportunity through the resources that we have at BJA to focus on wellness, it's incredibly important. And IACP is one of our biggest partners in that effort.
Can you give me a feeling for how you kind of work with the IACP to further public policy?
Oh, well, there's a number of ways. One is through some of our most important priorities. So, like our Mass Violence Advisory Initiative, that's a partnership between us and the IACP. And unfortunately, there are many communities around the country who have had to deal with mass shootings. And what IACP does is they take people who've experienced this before and they get them engaged with communities who are going through something just so they know what to expect, and they have a partner there to share with them. And certainly, again, through the President's executive order on effective and accountable policing, the IACP wellness was one of the things that was identified in that. The Suicide Consortium was specifically identified by name. So these are important public policy priorities of the administration, certainly important to BJA, and the IACP is one of our most important partners there.
Final question, looking forward, how do you see that relationship as you move forward?
Well, I think we'll continue to work on some of the things I've already mentioned, but I was just having a conversation with, I can't remember what he is in the line of vice presidents at IACP, but we were talking about culture. And we're trying to expand the pool of people who are interested in becoming police officers. But I think there's some work we need to do on culture to make sure that agencies are ready and welcoming as new people come into their organization. So I think that's where we'll spend some time.
Thanks ever so much for your time this morning. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.